If you don't know, Graphicon just added coding blocks, and I joined a random public lobby to see how they liked it. Everyone is so confused on how to use it, so I decided I want to make a tutorial on how you guys can use it. I'm only going to go over the basics today, so you can actually getting to use it, and then maybe I can continue the series and get into the more advanced stuff. Okay, this is a coding block, if you can't tell, it says code in it. But the one mistake people make is that they think that you can make it so if you touch this, then it starts the code. That's not how it works. The first thing you want to do with a coding block is get a trigger block. You want to put this wherever you want, so let's say I just want to... And now you want to go into the trigger block, press connect, and then connect it to the code block. You can change it to stop, start, toggle, restart. And if it's on start active, it will be starting as soon as you join the game. I've still not fully set it up though, because if you go in the actual coding block, you see that you can't actually change anything, because there's nothing here that you can change. And to fix that, what you want to do, you want to get a block, or like the group that you want to change. I'm just going to do this. And we go into the code block, press edit connections, and connect it to that. One big thing that people mess up is you want to go into this and tick all the inputs that you need. You can change it anytime, but I normally tick all of them just in case. And now if I go into the program, I see all these things. So now if I put set down and change the block position X to, let's just say 1, and then I run it, it moves. If you want it to move infinitely up, you want to put a label down. The label is literally the start of the loop. I'll explain it later. And you can put an add and change block position X or Y, whatever, equals block position Y plus 1. All you need to do is press go to again, so it goes to this label here. That's probably one of the most simple things apart from these. But you can also change the label names, but I don't really need to do that right now. So if I run it, went a bit too fast, wait. If you do want to slow it down, you can just add a sleep and then make it really short, just like that. See? It's off. But now, even if I grapple this, it'll stop. Now I'm going to go over the most simple blocks. I'm not trying to go for this one, because I don't really understand that one. Okay, first off, we've got set, which is pretty obvious. You set one variable to another. Then you got swap, which is also pretty obvious. So if register 0 was equal to 1, and this one was equal to 0, and you swapped it, then that would be equal to 0, and that would be 1. I think it makes sense. Add, that's crazy. Same with subtract, multiply, divide, sine, cosine, and square root, and floor. If you don't know, these look scary, but it's kind of just like calculator stuff. And floor is pretty much rounding down. That's literally all you need to know about those. Next thing I'm going to go over these 3, which are loops. You get a label to start the loop, and then you put something in the loop, so I'm just going to put a bunch of blocks in the loop. And then I can put an if in the loop, meaning that if this is equal to 0, then it goes back up to this. You can either do that, or a go to. Another thing is that sleep is pretty obvious. What it does is it makes the code sleep for an amount of time. It's in milliseconds though, so 1 second would be 1,000 milliseconds. You also got end, which ends the code. Random, which picks a random number in between 0 and the number that you pick. Then you got and, or, not, greater, less, equal. These are also pretty obvious. If this is bigger than this, then it sets it to that. And that's all the blocks done. The only thing I've not gone over is this, because it's new and I don't understand it. So I finished all the blocks, now I'm going to go over these. So these things are the connections that you made, so it's the X position of the block, Y, and all the rotations and stuff. Then you start with 7 registers, which is only for the single code. But if you don't know, it's pretty much variables. You set it to a random number, and yeah. And these are the special ones. It's the program counter. So if I run it, the program counter is 4, meaning there's 4 things in the program. It's really obvious. Then we've got the halt. The halt is also pretty easy. If the code is stopped, then halt is 1. If it's going, then halt is 0. The next one is sleep timer, meaning it's the amount of time it slept. So 100 milliseconds, if I ran it, it would have slept 100 milliseconds in this code. The last thing is the delta time, which is the amount of time it takes to do one piece of code. Which for this is 0.0011. That's everything here you want to do, and that is literally all I'm going to talk about in this video. I might make an advanced one, but that's going to be way later. I'm actually excited to see what people manage to make with this. I've seen some pretty good stuff, so that's the end of the video. Goodbye.